Welcome to the Kingdom Marketplace. I'm your Kingdom Entrepreneurial AI Achievement Coach, Coach K. And if you're hearing my voice, it's because you've been a part of this amazing journey that God has allowed me to experience as He manifested my dream. Rather, you were registered in one of the 403 paper church business directories, or you engaged in some capacity over the past 20 years in entrepreneurial development. I promised you that when the digital landscape shifted, I was going to be here for you. And today, I'm keeping my word. We've been through a lot as a business community over the past 5 to 6 years. During COVID, business went from brick and mortar to click and order. Y'all remember November 2021? Google shifted its entire small business platform from Google My Business to Google Business Profiles, shifted its number one and number two determinants of ranking from ad word, keyword to relevancy of search and specific geographic location. I mean, who do they think they were? We like playing a game when we feel like we know the rules of it. And we have been playing that digital game of Scrabble for what, 15, 20 years? Stuffing websites with AdWords and keywords, and now they don't matter. Relevancy of search. Well, how in the world did Google know if our product, if our service, if our ministry, if our business for that matter, is relevant to what someone's searching for? It's description. We ain't got none of them. And none in paper directories, none in online directories. We worry about space. It was a game changer. Then we had wave two. Y'all remember January 2000 of 25? We saw Donald Trump and Elon Musk in the White House. Good googly moo. AI takeover, government system, employees, big tech companies shucking and jiving. Uh, it doesn't matter how you feel about Donald Trump. All right. The presidency of the United States of America is is the most powerful desk in the world. And in July of 2025, the beginning of third quarter, he officially announced from it that AI is the center of our economy. That's a big deal. We were no longer playing Scrabble, but we watched all them big businesses Scrabble up to the White House. Then we watched and experienced the longest federal government shutdown in American history. And now, 2026, the game changed forever, ever, 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 ever. We've arrived at the most crucial moment in digital history. May 19th, 2026. On that day, Google, the 800-pound gorilla of information dissemination, the trendsetter in all of our previous searches. Let me date myself. When I was a kid, Google was a noun, not a verb. Noun, person, place, or thing. We used to go online and look something up on Yahoo. Kids like, what's a Yahoo? Don't even worry about it. On Bing, on Google. Now, you just Google it. So when Google announces as the number one search engine, it's out of the search engine game that we need to we need to pay attention to this, because that's what happened on May 19th, 2026. Google formally announced it's no longer a search engine. It's now an AI agent. That literally means, ladies and gentlemen, that the blue link, blue check game of the digital Scrabble we've been right. It that the AI agents, Gemini, Perplexity, ChatGPT, and now Google can understand, then to 90% of your potential market, you're invisible. And nobody told you anything. You got evicted from the digital marketplace, and them folk ain't even send you a notice. I'm just trying to make sure you understand what's really going on out here in these AI powered digital marketing streets. I'm not leaving you in the dark. I've been planning for this. And through the geniuses, the baby girl geniuses, our urban daughters of Urban Success University, we've delivered as our deliverable for the United Nations global celebration of people of African descent, that decade from 2015 to 2025, when we celebrated those three principles of recognition, what previous generations had done, justice, fighting for the least of these, and development, building for future generations. We built for future generations. Our daughters built it. It was my dream. They manifested it. God, ways above our ways, thoughts above our thoughts. He show up and show out. He show enough did. He manifested the world's first AI-powered, generative engine optimized entrepreneurial ecosystem and Kingdom Business Referral Network. It's thekingdommarketplace.com. Created a proprietary engine called AI Smart Matching. It takes the digital footprint of your business, your ministry, and your nonprofit, and it translates it, your human language, into AI ready language that these AI agents can understand. Now, you can't be God given. And so I'm a gift giver. I've made it so that the first step for you is free. Y'all know what y'all say. If it's free, it's for me. It's for you. So that there's no financial barrier to your digital resurrection of your business, your ministry, your nonprofit. We have mothers and fathers who prayed in the dirt for the businesses that you will launch and expand and scale. Prayed in the dirt for the impact of the nonprofit that you're going to launch and grow. Prayed in the dirt for the bag you're going to get with the businesses you're going to launch. Hundreds of millions of dollars, employing tens and thousands of people. And God didn't give us dominion over people. He gives us dominion over resources. These microprocessors in your pocket. And we're just going to show you how to utilize them to exercise the dominion and authority that God has already given you in the lane that you participate in. It's that simple. If you're not there now, go to completeyourprofile.com and complete your profile. If you're there now, scroll down and complete that Google form. Why a Google form? But just so you know, we're fully integrated with Google Business Profiles, fully integrated with Google Maps, fully integrated with all the major social media marketing platforms. I know you got your Facebook page, okay? I know you're on Instagram. Everybody on the gram. I know y'all was getting the bag on TikTok. Shout out to the TikTokers for the TikTok y'all TikTok. Excuse me. But 85 to 90% of consumer searches are done on Google. So you got to be in tune with the vibe. So it's a Google form, right? And what I want you to do, if you could be so kind, is I want you to treat the questions on it like the answer to the prayers you've been praying for your business, your ministry, and your nonprofit. The more detailed you give the AI smart matching engine, the more it can do for you. Now, it's levels to this, dimensions to your digital domination. We are a social entrepreneurial enterprise ministry. I pray to one day be used as magnanimously in the lives of the people of God as I saw God use my spiritual fathers. Leon Howard Sullivan, William Herbert Gray, spiritual uncle, Joseph Lawrence Roberts. I watched Leon Howard Sullivan and William Herbert Gray be used magnanimously by God in the lives of the people of God from North Philadelphia to West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, and everywhere in between. Those three goats of the gospel walked me in the 3340 Peachtree, Buckhead, Atlanta, placed me behind the curtain of Fran Tarkenton and Go Small Biz and the tech juggernaut. I've been privileged prophetically to see over 480,000 small businesses come through that micro or through that ecosystem. And I don't know it all. You know, you only know what you don't know. But if you're at the solution solving center of over 480,000 micro entrepreneurs in the course of 20 years, you amazing 48,000 that registered and 403 paper church business directors. That's over 520,000 entrepreneurs that have come across my desk. And to be free of those non-competes, to be free of those non-disclosures, I want to give you what God gave me to give you. And so, you know, as we move into selectpatronage.com, the original blueprint that my spiritual father, Leon Howard Sullivan, gave to Martin Luther King Jr., a boycott doesn't do anything for us. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't stimulate the circulation of our dollar amongst our community businesses. It doesn't do that. It doesn't provide our businesses with the digital understanding and application of technology in a way that they can thrive, yet alone barely stay alive in these AI powered streets. It doesn't do that. It doesn't provide employment and training to our children. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do anything. Allows the talking heads to put them bread in a basket. We need a select patronage. Let me give you the premise. It's based off of W.E.B. Du Bois. Y'all remember him? He got a word called the Negro in business. Now we kingdom, so it don't matter if you're black, white, orange, yellow stripes, green or pink polka dots, you all my folk. Okay? If you ain't got this magical melanin moving through your physical DNA, that ain't my fault. I ain't do that. Okay? But if you are the vibe, I mean, you know, that's what it is. Tap in. Right? Because black supremacy, Martin Luther King Jr. said, is as evil as white supremacy. Okay? So we do urban business. You either suburban, where you're taking advantage of the folk in our community, or you're a part of the community. You're a part of the community. You're a part of the community. We love you almost as much as God on behalf of God. And so if you decide that, you know, you want to upgrade your free profile to a generative engine optimized profile, 100% of those proceeds are paid to the Begeniuses, present students, former alumni, Mompreneur Squad members of Urban Success University, because they're the ones that are going to do the digital work to optimize your profile. If you optimize it, upgrade above a bronze, right, then you really position yourself to digitally dominate as a category pillar. Now, everybody gets a free profile. It's your digital life support, because big business cut the switch off on you and nobody said anything. And if you don't have the ability to upgrade, there's Klarna and Afterpay if you need payment plans. You know, you can't afford the $250. I think it's like $75 a week for 4 weeks. But whatever that is, I don't want there to be a barrier. And if you can't afford that, then I want you to participate in Kingdom Reciprocity, meaning get registered for free. Take the description that AI Smart Matching provides you and copy and paste it everywhere. on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your website, on your Google Business profile. But if God moves on your heart that you're like, Key, I want to digitally dominate right now, upgrade to a category pillar. And what that is, bronze or above, is, well, you're gonna get some free gifts from me. I'm gonna give you my 101 personally curated Kingdom Business AI prompts. Ladies, excuse me, it's an oversimplification by far, but you know you're prophetic and pretty. And you know, if a pretty girl will do whatever you want her to do, if you talk to her right, that's how AI is. That's how Perplexity and Chat GPT and Gemini and that's how they are. They'll provide you whatever you want if you know how to use the right language. And so I've developed a language for you to get some of the things that you need in order to make the transformation from brick and mortar to click and order, from doing business the way Fred Flintstone did in Bedrock to really getting this digital bag like Elroy Jetson. Okay, and so I mean, do you need to adequately identify your your ideal avatar? Do you need to map out your customer journey? You know, all those things are included. It's my gift to you when you upgrade. I want to incentivize you for putting a couple of pennies in the pockets of our daughters. I'm going to give you a free year membership to the Kingdom Business Owners, our membership section. Oh my good, 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 going to bless your life for the rest of your life. All right. And when you upgrade bronze or above and you become a category pillar, and you're the first one that AI learns, then you're the first one that AI learns. Let me give you a practical example, right? Let's say you're the mobile mechanic, right? But you're the first mobile mechanic in your zip code that's optimized for generative engine optimization. So therefore, you're the first one that the AI agents, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, right? That they learn. And so when someone asks for help, these agents don't want to provide a bunch of clicks. Since you're optimized, they now have clarity on who you are, what you do, what solutions you provide, in what particular area they recommend you as a trusted recommendation. Well, any other mobile mechanic that attempts to do what you've done after you do it, you know you're the one, not the two. They're doing it after you. In order to credential them as the trusted recommendation, guess what the AI agents do? They have to compare them to you because you're the one, not the two. That's where we understand timing is the business, what location is the real estate. If you're the first category pillar in your zip code to be optimized, you become the benchmark. Where my accountants at? You know, someone needs tax help, small business accounting. The AI doesn't want to give them a list of websites. Told you we went from the click win to the no click win. AI wants to give them a category pillar. Ladies, fellas, hairstylists, barbers, when you become the benchmark, everybody's compared to you. You love that when somebody starts putting in hairstylists, where my braiders at? Near me. Ooh, you, one, not the two. Where are the consultants at? My credit repair specialist, small business consultants, realtors, service agents, plumbers, electricians. Like the SEO game is over. Stop chasing clicks. Start receiving those emergency appointments. Timing to business, what location is to real estate. Become the first, the one, not the two. Talking to each and every single one of you. In your zip code. Get optimized, become the benchmark. Now, I emphasize this, and I want to emphasize it again. We are a social entrepreneurial enterprise ministry. And this is the digital resurrection of Progress Plaza, reimagined for the AI generative engine optimization era. It's my two spiritual mamas, Amazing Grace and Andrea Dash. Mama Grace, she got many university. That's what USU is. Okay. And Mama Dash, she got computer for kids. She know technology would be a great equalizer. I I know. I wish having had visiting hours. I want to ask them how they know. Bible says when you entertain certain folk, they be angels from God. I'm talking about my spiritual mama, just a little hood Baptist basement boy, trying to make my mamas proud on the other side of the celestial shore. And right now, we want to show off on you, if you'd be so kind. We're looking for 100 businesses, 100 ministries, 100 nonprofits that will allow God to use them to showcase optimization that our big geniuses want to deliver to the marketplace. We want to do that if we can before August, because in August we're gonna celebrate Black Business Month. But we definitely want to make sure that we have them all by August 31st, 2026. You may have missed that amazing decade long global celebration of people with the magical melanin moving into their physical DNA. The United Nations Global Celebration of People of African Descent 2015 2025. But God, I know, leave it right there, right? But God. But God's given us one day that the United Nations has forever, ever stamped as its global day of celebration of us, people of African descent. Used to be the day we celebrate my trip around the sun, but hey, look, um, I'm making myself no reputation. It's August 31st. Listen, Linda, Larry, they flipped the switch, thinking it would cut us out. But God, y'all know, positioned us, what that? What it is? That Matthew 2016, ain't it? Where the last be first and the first be last. Positioned us to digitally dominate these AI-driven, generative engine optimized streets. Y'all excuse me, I'm excited about your success. I spent the past 20 years of my life, tons of sacrifices that don't even matter for this moment. Each and every single one of you, of, of the 48,000 registered in these 403 paper church business directories. I pray you're one of the first 100. Georgia. We did 46. There's over 500 of you that registered at New Birth. Over 500 of you that registered at Elizabeth. Over 400 of you that registered at House of Hope. Over 300 of you at Impact. 100 of you in the founding 100. And our students of USU, myself, reaching out to all 8,200 of you in Georgia. I want to know if you're still open. I want to know if you're still taking customers. I want to make sure you know they turn the lights off and that we're here to help you flip your switch. So you folks know you're open, right? I want to make sure that you are able to digitally dominate. Now, if it just makes sense, y'all know, to you to upgrade, recognize we do have a 15% Kingdom Business referral bonus once you're upgraded, right? So for upgraded members, when you refer someone, it drops to 85% on those. Otherwise, 100% of the setup fees, because that's all you're able to invest in right now. We will have annual and lifetime profile calls, but those aren't introduced right now. Right now, as we formally launch this ministry, right? This is free because this is good news to a mom over there with her cakes, her bakery. This is good news to some folk who are looking for some stuff. And the gospel is to be freely given. So I done gave you this good news. Go ahead and dust my feet off. I'm going to tell you, I don't know it all. I'm going to tell you what I know. I know if you on the Kingdom Marketplace, you're going to click around and see you registered. About 500 some odd folk registered already. And if you're not, you're going to go. And you're going to see who registered. So the race is on. If you get registered right now, when them folk come and click around, they going to see you. You take your time. Then when you click around, you're going to see them. I've done my job. I've given you the good news. Our geniuses have tons of additional digital marketing and AI services in the membership section. Bless your life for the rest of your life with the principles, the skill sets, the philosophies, and the disciplines, the resources, and the practical understanding and application of AI in order for you to really digitally dominate. They're all the global indicators for the past 10 years have predicted 2026 to be the year of the digital self-made entrepreneurial multimillionaire. Don't miss this. We're in America. It's the capital of capitalism. They cut the lights out on your competition. They don't know what you now know. Turn your light on. Let the world know you in business. Share it with some other folk. Maybe not your competition. You know, we playing the blessing game, you know, because that's what God do. He don't bless us because we deserve it. He just bless us because he in a blessing business, right? So he's blessed me to bless you with the information, the competitive edge, right? When me and Fran did One More Customer launch in 2012, Fran said, it was like the video with Jay-Z and Warren Buffett. Jay was like, what could I say? Well, now, 13 years ago, I got something to say, all right? And I want to say, we want to make you smarter. We got to provide you with the cutting edge. And the cutting edge for you and your business is understanding and applying AI, all right? AI is not going to take you out of business, but those who can simplify it and understand it, they're the ones that are going to get this digital bag. You do not have to be a techie. You just got to be in a circle like you already are. And so you're blessing our daughters when you upgrade. They're blessing you with the digital deliverables that you need. It's that kingdom cycle. Y'all remember I told you about it. Luke 5, identify, connect, equip to transform. We're identifying kingdom business owners, kingdom marketplace leaders, kingdom aspiring entrepreneurs using this amazing AI-powered generative engine optimized entrepreneurial ecosystem for us to get connected, to promote our products and services, to establish and strengthen relationships, to share information and resources. And then, in the Kingdom Business Owner membership section, you're going to be equipped with what you need to not just succeed, not just stay alive, but to really thrive out here in these digital marketing streets. And I saw something, as Fran went from 3,000 to 60,000 members with no annual contract over these past 20 years, went to over 480,000 micro entrepreneurs. And when you understand how frugal entrepreneurs are, then in order for you to stick with me, it's about value, 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 value. So I'll tell you what my flex is. As your founder, as your Kingdom Entrepreneurial AI Achievement Coach, it's underselling and over-delivering. Wait till you see what you get for free. I'm your godly guide out here in these AI entrepreneurial development, digitally marketing streets. The lightning rod, lightning rod don't cause a storm. It just absorbs the power of the storm and redirects it so you can get that bag in the house. You're to make sure none of them corporate vultures can jack you or my but Geniuses, my baby girl Genius, is a USU intellectual property. And so I want to close with this. Take your time, please, filling out that form. Let's let's go to work for you in your vision, the one that God has given you for your business, for your ministry, your nonprofit, just your legacy. I'm gonna give you the AI sauce, entrepreneurial development resources, principles, skill sets, philosophies that you need to succeed. Welcome, 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 welcome to the kingdommarketplace.com. When we launch, we're gonna have a complete reface because we're a marketplace. But right now, I'm letting my geniuses show off with these little AI characters because I think they cute. Spiritual father with my daughters, thank you in advance for sowing this investment in your digital domination as well as the next generation of our kingdom entrepreneurs. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege for us to share these few moments. I hope, like me, you view them as time invested and not time spent. I look forward to seeing you at an upcoming event and or in the membership section. I feel like Carl Thomas, I'm emotional and I can't let it go. I've seen so many founders launch, and I know how crucial this initial interaction is. And so I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve you. Have an amazing day on purpose and never forget that the Father made each and every single one of you amazing on purpose. Welcome again to the Kingdom Marketplace.com.